morning students, this is 12th class biology chapter 15 biodiversity and conservation, and this is lecture number 1 of this chapter. Today we will discuss about levels of biodiversity, number of species on earth and number of species in India. First of all, we need to understand what is biodiversity. So basically biodiversity includes different type of organisms around us, right? All the flora and fauna around you make biodiversity. But being a biologist, we say that biodiversity is the diversity of biological organization ranging from cellular macromolecules to biomes. So here in broad term, we also include the cellular macromolecules. At this level also, we say that biodiversity is found, right? So that diversity in macromolecules also come under biodiversity, and up to biome level. Biome, you can say the whole desert, the whole forest in which all the flora and fauna is present, right? So this biodiversity level can vary. It can be at macromolecule level, cellular macromolecule level, or it can be at biome level. Now, term biodiversity was popularized by Edward Wilson. These are different levels of biodiversity. Biodiversity is found at genetic level. So, genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecological diversity. First level of biodiversity is genetic diversity. And genetic diversity means diversity shown by a single species at genetic level. So here a single species is having different genes, and due to presence of those different genes there will be difference in some morphological character. There can be difference for any other physiological process. So there will be difference at genetic level. For example, Rauwolfia vomitoria. It is a plant, medicinal plant that is found in Himalaya. And this plant shows genetic variation in potency and concentration of chemical reserpine. This chemical is produced by this plant Rauwolfia vomitoria, and this chemical reserpine is used as a medicine for high blood pressure. Okay, and different varieties of Rauwolfia vomitoria produce reserpine having difference in its potency, and different concentration of reserpine are produced, okay, because there is variation at genetic level, and due to variation in those genes, different varieties of this species of the Rauwolfia vomitoria are found having different concentration of reserpine and different potency of reserpine, right? This is the plant of Rauwolfia vomitoria which produce reserpine chemical. Now this is another example for biodiversity at genetic level. Like in India, there are more than 50,000 different strains of rice found. Okay, so 50,000 different you can say types of rice are produced in India. So that is possible due to diversity at genetic level. And also one more example is 1,000 varieties of mango are produced in India. That is also due to variation at genetic level. Second level of biodiversity is species biodiversity, and here diversity is found at species level. So in the first level of biodiversity, like in genetic diversity, we discussed about the different varieties of same species, right? Because different genes were present there. So it was diversity at genetic level. But here different species are found. That's why it is called species diversity. Okay, so this is next level for biodiversity. So here many species are found. So one example is given here, like in Western Ghats have greater amphibian species diversity. like you can see here Himalayan Western Ghats. So Western Ghats of Himalaya have greater amphibian species, like many species of amphibians are found here. Like you can see here, these all species of amphibians are found in Western Ghats of Himalaya, right? So these are different species, and this is called diversity at species level. But Eastern Ghat has less number of amphibian species on it, right? So this is called biodiversity at species level. Next level of biodiversity is ecological diversity. It means diversity at ecosystem level. So you need to know first what is an ecosystem. Ecosystem is a community of living organisms in conjunction with the non-living components of their environment, interacting as a system. Okay, means when in any habitat, all the living and the non-living organisms are interacting with each other like a system. That is called an ecosystem. Like a pond is an ecosystem, right? Also, an aquarium can be called an ecosystem, like because that is also an artificial ecosystem. Okay, desert is an ecosystem, rainforest is a separate ecosystem. All these you can see here, all these are different ecosystems. Okay, so you can see these different types of ecosystems here, right? And these different types of ecosystems are found around us. These are found in different areas of world. So this is called diversity at ecosystem level or ecological diversity. For example, in India, deserts, rainforest, mangroves, coral reefs, you can see here, wetlands, estuaries, and alpine meadow. So all these are different ecosystems, and you can see these are so much different from each other, and diversity at this level is called ecological diversity. Now next topic is number of species on earth, and we can say global species diversity. So according to IUCN, that is International Union for Conservation of Natural Resources, right? IUCN is for International Union for Conservation of Natural Resources, nature and natural resources. So in 2004, according to IUCN, more than 1.5 million species described so far. So these 1.5 million species are in record by IUCN. According to Robert May's global estimate, about 7 million species would have on Earth, right? These are only recorded species which have been which have been discovered, and about which there is a record. But according to Robert May, an ecologist, you can say, there are 7 million species on Earth. Okay, means many species have not been recorded now, right? Robert May considered the species to be discovered in the tropics, right? That is only 22% of the total species have been recorded so far. So 1.5 million species have been recorded so far. So according to Robert May, it is only 22% of the total species which are present on Earth. And Robert May said that most of the species, most of the species diversity is found in tropics, which need to be discovered. One more interesting thing about the global biodiversity is that animals are more diverse than plants. Means more species of animals are found on Earth than the species of plants. Okay, and while counting the number of species on Earth, we kept the kingdom fungi and plantae together, right? and all these species of kingdom Plantae and fungi contribute only 22% of the total species of the earth, or you can say the total global biodiversity. They are contributing only 22%, while animal species are contributing for the 70% of global biodiversity. That's why we can say that animals are more diverse, means more species of animals are found on earth, right? Next thing is, if we talk only about animal species, okay, so among animals, insects are most species rich group. As you know, there are different phylums and different classes under the kingdom Animalia, right? So if we talk about the animals, which one is the most species rich group? That is insect. Okay, and only insects are contributing for 70% of global biodiversity. For if we talk only about the animal diversity. Okay, so among all the animal species, insects contribute 70%, right? 70% means out of every 10 animals, 7 are insects, right? Next thing is about the fungi. Fungi is also a very diverse group. So number of fungi species is more than the combined total of the species of fishes, amphibians, reptiles and mammals. You can say all these vertebrates. Okay, so the number of fungi species is more than the combined total of all these vertebrates, you can say. So fungi is also very diverse group. Now with the help of these pie chart, you can understand about the biodiversity. Like this is for invertebrate biodiversity. Okay, invertebrate diversity. Here you can see this whole area is showing the diversity in insects. Different species of insects are shown here, right? So you can compare this area with this area. Like these are all mollusks, crustaceans and other animal groups, right? But insect is showing a bigger area. So you can say insect is the most diverse group here, right? Now see here, this chart is showing diversity in vertebrates. So here you can see this is for fishes, Pisces you can say, okay, and all this is you can say the almost 40% area, right? And here all these are present, like mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, all these are present here, right? So this is showing diversity at vertebrate level. So here you can tell that Pisces is the most diverse group among vertebrates, right? Among all the animals, insect is the most vertebrate is the most species rich group, and among the vertebrates, Pisces is the most diverse group, right? Now if we see here about the plants, because fungi are also included here with the plants. So here we can see angiosperms are more in number, then algae and lichens, and also mosses and ferns and lilies. These are least in number, right? After that there is number of algae and lichen, and the most diverse group is fungi. After that angiosperms, and the least diverse group is of lichens. So these things you need to learn from here. Next is about biodiversity in India. So India has only 2.5% of the world's land area, but 8.1% of the species diversity, right? Area is only 2.4% of the world's land area, but species diversity is 8.1% of the total global diversity, you can say. So India is one of the 12 mega diversity countries, right? 12 mega diversity countries, because you can see here India has very much biodiversity is found in India, right? So nearly 45,000 species of plants and twice as many of animals. So 45,000 species of plants are found in India, and about 90,000 species of animals are also present in India. So India is biodiversity rich country. Applying May's global estimate, Robert May. May is for Robert May here. Okay, so according to Robert May's global estimates, you can say India would have more than 1 lakh plant species and 3 lakh animal species, right? These are the recorded species only. The 45,000 species of plants and 90,000 species of animals, these are only recorded species. But according to Robert May, there are 1 lakh species of plants and 3 lakh species of animals present in India. Biologists are not sure about total number of prokaryotic species. So this one more thing about the biodiversity is that while counting the number of species, when we count the biodiversity of the world, then only the eukaryotic species are counted. Here number of prokaryotic species are not counted. Biologists are not sure about their total number because first thing, conventional taxonomic methods are not suitable for identifying microbial species. Conventional taxonomic methods means the methods which are used for counting the number of species of eukaryotes. Those are not suitable for microbial species. Second thing, in laboratory, many species cannot be cultured. And without culturing these species of bacteria, it is not possible to count the number of those species, right? So the number of species that we were discussing in this chapter, that includes only the eukaryotic species number, right? The prokaryotic species number has not been counted yet. The homework for today is NCERT question number 1 and 2.